The first pro with this 2023 Lexus RX is going to be how smooth and refined it is. The ride quality, even with these massive 21-inch wheels, is very decent. I like the plush demeanor that this SUV has. And we do not have run flat tires here because we have a spare in the back, but these Bridgestone Alenza tires aren't great. For whatever reasons, these Bridgestones feel like run flat tires somehow over broken roads. There's just this slight unrefinement to them. Now, the Bridgestone Terenzas, those tires are great. I've always had a great experience with those particular Bridgestones, but these Alenzas, not so much. And the only other tire choice I saw on the Tire Rack website was some nasty Goodyear. So in general, I would just ditch the 21-inch wheels, go with the smaller wheel. That way you have better tire selection. But otherwise, the suspension and how it's calibrated is fantastic. It's even very quiet in here. We have your double pane glass in the front. Out on the highway, the wind noise, it's well controlled. And even the stability at speeds, I love it. I really had this thing at some legitimate speeds and it's stable, no issues. That's one of the biggest improvements over the previous generation RX models. The high speed stability is improved. A con is going to be the fact that, well, no more V6 engine. No matter which trim level you go with, all you have are 4-cylinder engines to choose from. And these 4 cylinders, they just lack the smoothness and the refinement of that amazing V6. You know, I don't mind these engines in the NX. That's a different, category of vehicle, but with the RX, you expect a little bit more. They could have done something to refine it further because I've tested multiple 4 cylinders with the German competitors, right? BMWs, Audis, and they're much smoother and much quieter. I don't mind it. Here, they need to do a better job, perhaps adding some more insulation in the engine bay. But the plus side is, when I tested the turbocharged 4-cylinder in the NX, that was a little bit better than this hybrid model that we have here. But granted, I don't care about this hybrid. I know many people want this, but the wait times are insane at around 1 year if you're gonna build this. And yeah, the fuel economy is great at 37 city, 34 highway, but the turbo 4-cylinder, it's not bad either. You get low 20s in the city, high 20s out on the highway. That's my choice. It feels quicker, feels smoother. I prefer the turbo 4-cylinder. And speaking of that, I did partner with AutoCompanion. He is offering up to 8% off MSRP on the turbo 4-cylinder model, so that's a great thing. I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video. Another pro and a huge improvement over the previous generation, it's going to be these seats. They are so comfortable. I love the support and the lumbar that these seats have to offer, plus they look amazing. So when you're doing a long trip in this, you can be very relaxed and be very comfortable when you're driving this new RX. I also really like the way this redesigned RX model looks. I think it's unique, but elegant at the same time. I love what they did with the grille. Let me know in the comment section if you appreciate the exterior looks, the lights, the tail lights, all of that looks fantastic. And many people are looking at this SUV when I drive it out on the road. Again, it just looks so much more unique and special than a lot of the European competitors. The overall interior space, I would consider that to be a pretty big pro. It looks amazing. I like the way it's laid out here. This 14-inch infotainment display is phenomenal. One of the best in the business, easy to use, looks amazing, quick to respond. You have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Even the climate control, even though they have it embedded into this touchscreen, they've done a good job in implementing that. It's easy to use, ergonomic, no problems. Even the gauge cluster and the heads-up display, I used to consider that a con, but now I'm kind of used to it. To access the steering wheel buttons, you actually have to look up at the heads-up display. I'm used to it now, and so I don't mind it. You have excellent storage in this vehicle. I like how they made a separate spot for your wireless charger. It actually works now, and the armrest and the glove box, they all have decent space as well. The doors feel pretty good when you open and close them. Granted, not quite as good as some of the German vehicles I've tested, like this Audi Q7 that I have this week, but it's still not bad. And most of these Lexus products, they are IIHS top safety picks, so you can be rest assured that you can transport your family in absolute safety. The safety tech is amazing as well. Works really great, really reliable, like the adaptive cruise control. Everything is just perfect in the way that it works. Another pro is going to be with the space in the back. You have plenty of legroom and headroom. I am 5'11", getting in and out of this SUV, not an issue. The space is great, and when you go with these higher trim levels, you get heated seats in the back with your own HVAC to play with, along with rear sunshades. The trunk space is also quite cavernous, no issues there, but I will say one con is going to be these electronically operated rear seats. It takes forever to drop those seats. I prefer manually adjusted rear seats for that reason. And as I mentioned before, I did partner with AutoCompanion to help you get 8% off MSRP on the base model RX 350 turbo 4-cylinders, the premium model, and also the F-Sport trims. You can get 8% off on all 3 of these trim levels. AutoCompanion is located in the Washington, D.C. area. He has partnered up with multiple Lexus dealerships, so he can certainly help to get you into one of these vehicles. Granted, there are no discounts and there's no real availability for these hybrid models, so I don't care about these. And also, I prefer the turbo 4-cylinder as well. I think it's smoother than these naturally aspirated 4-cylinders, and I enjoy the quickness of that engine as well. I think it's going to suit the character of this SUV a little bit better. And with that massive discount, I mean, you're getting close to $5,000 off MSRP, so that's amazing. That is the best deal on this SUV that you can get nationwide. You can't really beat that. And there is a broker fee of $500, but if you sign up with my link, you can get $50 off. My link will be in the description box below. If you want to ship the vehicle nationwide, they can do that as well, but you will have to pay for that shipping. Again, I don't think most people will mind since you're saving so much money on this new RX. The F-Sport is certainly something to consider. I remember driving the NX 350 F-Sport and I was really impressed with it. The F-Sport actually made the vehicle feel a little bit smoother, surprisingly. You know, that's going to be around 60 grand. So around 60 grand for the F-Sport and around 55 grand for a premium model. Up to you on what you value more. If you want to lease this, I think a $55,000 premium, it's around $777 a month. No money down, assuming you have perfect credit. That's not a terrible lease price. It's better than leasing the NX, but the interest rate is still pretty high on a Lexus lease. It's around 6%. So if you do a one-pay lease, you can drop the interest rate down further. That's something you might want to ask AutoCompanion about, but you can also finance and pay cash for this and also take advantage of that discount if you so choose. So that's my quick look at this new Lexus RX. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're an owner of this SUV, we would like to hear your thoughts as well. Thanks again for watching. I'll have my next video on the end screen here. Click on it and I will see you there.